In 2013, it was found that by using an action replay moon jump code in the room before Gloomtail, you could fall down into a loading zone that isn't accessible until completing the Riddle Tower. Since then, people have wondered if it was possible to do this glitch without the use of the code. Assuming we could do this without Bobbery or Vivian, this would allow us to skip chapters 4, 5, 6, and the Riddle Tower, saving well over an hour in speedruns. This proved to be one of the most solid rooms when trying to clip out of bounds. But after 3 years of speculation from many members of the Paper Mario community, SolidifiedGaming, Really Tall, and Malio teamed up, managed to find a way out of bounds and reach the loading zone below.
Ah, yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. This is real!
Holy shit! GG!
Oh my god! Tall!
The first trick used is called text storage, which was recently discovered by SolidifiedGaming. In order to perform this glitch, you need both an item and an enemy in the same room. The first step is to start off distant from the item and perform neutral jumps towards it. These jumps can be done by neutralizing the control stick during the jump input, then tapping a direction while in the air. Doing so allows Mario to move towards the item without updating Goombella's position. As a result, if you activate Goombella a few frames before picking up the item, Goombella's text box will appear later than usual. When this occurs, the game prioritizes the item. When you pick up an item, enemies stop moving, so upon closing the item acquisition text box, the enemy will begin moving once more. Since we force Goombella's text box to appear later than normal, the text shows up even after the enemy can move. If we're close enough to the enemy, it'll notice Mario and encounter him. In order to run from the battle, you need to mash the A button really fast, but doing so would close the text box. We want to keep it up afterwards, so while mashing A, we have to press Z to scroll the text box backwards. After running away, we can perform the same glitch again, allowing us to stack two text boxes on top of each other. I'll explain why we need both in a second. While running from the second battle, we once again have to time our A and Z presses to keep the text boxes from closing. Not only that, but we have to keep the text boxes from overlapping on the same part of the text box, or else we won't be able to close one text box while keeping the other up. After running from the second battle, we can switch to Koops and hold X to lock his position. Then we move left towards the wall and face right, releasing Koops when he is able to hit the ember and start another battle. During the battle, we switch to Yoshi. Following the fight, the active partner spawns behind Mario in the Japanese version. Well, since Mario is facing right, Yoshi spawns behind him to the left, which is out of bounds. Yoshi begins falling, then we can pause and press A to buffer cancel the text box. Pausing also allows us to close a text box without making Mario jump, meaning we can use our partner faster. When the text box closes, the game forces us into a Yoshi hover, but also allows Mario to still use his partner. Pressing X at the correct time results in a Yoshi teleport, which causes us to warp to Yoshi's Y coordinate. Normally we would just respawn back in the room if we use this to clip out of bounds, but conveniently there's a spring that is always loaded below the room. By jumping off the spring, we can maneuver to the front seam of the room. We were stuck here for a couple of days, unsure of how to get on the back seam in order to reach the loading zone below. Unfortunately, it's impossible to meander around the corners of the room as a result of their hitboxes. Eventually, the Paper Mario community theorized that we could perform another Yoshi teleport, trigger a battle with the Ember, and then use the double jump glitch while out of bounds to reach the loading zone. To accomplish this, we need the Yoshi teleport barely under the floor. As a result, we need to close the text box as soon as Yoshi begins descending. The only possible way this can occur is if we delay Yoshi's fall, which requires us to position him on the edge of the seam. Then we do a neutral jump, tap down, and then angle the control stick to remain on the seam. The purpose of tapping down is that Yoshi will follow Mario's previous movement, which can cause him to fall off once he starts moving. The Yoshi teleport is now set up, and the only remaining problem is that Mario needs to be in the middle of the Z-axis to reach the loading zone. So, we perform more neutral jumps towards the center of the room to delay Yoshi's fall. Once in position, we can stop neutral jumping to update Yoshi's queue, pause, close the text box, and activate Yoshi. This teleports us to a Y position just underneath the floor. Then we hold A to Yoshi hover. At this point, we're positioned in such a way that we can first strike the Ember while barely out of bounds. After encountering the Ember, Mario's Y position drops during the curtain transition, but because we first struck the Ember, and the fact that the game slows down Mario's jump when first striking enemies, Mario's Y position does not drop significantly. After running from the battle, a double jump can be performed by pressing A on a specific frame, granting us the ability to angle Mario in midair. This covers just enough distance to reach the loading zone from above. Altogether, Palace Skip is by far the most complicated, most difficult glitch found to date. Because we can skip numerous partners, abilities, and chapters, this is a huge time saver for speedruns.
Due to Palace Skip's incredible difficulty and reliance on luck, it is not likely to be used in real-time speedruns using the current method. However, the Paper Mario community is actively searching for simpler ways to pull off this glitch. To follow our progress, check the description for links to our Twitter accounts, YouTube channels, and Twitch live streams. Thank you all for watching.